Alright, we are live. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna be doing LYNEY's story quest. So we've done the Archon quest last time. It was quite a long stream. It was kinda hype. Honestly, I'm really hyped for Act 3. So that's gonna be next patch probably. But we got LYNEY's quest. One thing I'm really curious and I really wanted to, I hope we do get it from this quest, is that what I noticed during the Archon quest is that the Traveler kind of had a bit of a animosity towards LYNEY, which is very understandable because we just learned what we had learned from about him being from the House of the Hearth. And the Traveler has had a lot of negative experiences with the Fatui, like take Scaramouche, take Tepe. There were a lot of stuff that made Traveler very mad against the Fatui, which understandable. That's why he doesn't trust anyone from the Fatui, and you could see that towards LYNEY. And while he kind of forgave him at the end, there was still a bit of a distrust in his face. So I'm really hope we do actually get a bit of a reconciliation. Kind of like how we have with Child. Like, it's like right now, I feel like Child, the Traveler actually trusts Child more than LYNEY. Just from the expressions he had when he met Child and when he met LYNEY. But that was also because of the quest. Because if he didn't meet them in the story quest, Traveler would not feel that way towards Child. So I'm sure that this will make sure the Traveler also understands LYNEY more. So yeah, kind of excited for that. Hopefully get our Lachino lore. Those are my hopes for this quest. But yeah, let's just get into it. I do gotta say one thing. The Phantom Thief's reappearance. Phantom Thief. I literally said this. Oh, by the way, I didn't upload it because the internet went down during the recording. But I will just say it now. I literally said it when I was watching Lynette's demo. The thing when she was like going through the mechanical wheel and then through like a shadow on like the other side, kind of like a moon symbolism. I just said that reminds me of the Phantom Thieves from Persona. Just the vibe in general and the music, not really anything else, but Phantom Thieves reappearance. Alright, kind of curious. Talk to Charlotte. What? Alright, we're gonna see Charlotte as well. I no idea. Did not expect that. Also do want to say, honestly, Fontaine's already my favorite city. Just look at this, everything about this. It feels like an actual city. Like the others don't really feel like cities. Sure, they're like decent, they're pretty big, especially Sumeru City and Inazuma. But they're relatively small. Like if you would you call that town or city?
Hey, isn't that Charlotte?
Definitely more towards city, but you also can't really call that a city.
What's she doing this time?
And honestly,
Ooh, looks like street interviews.
yep, I don't know who that guy is.
Has a funny feeling that we might be in for an interesting time if we go check it out. Shall we?
Why is Paimon being cut off? I did not click anything, but alright. Anyways, as I was saying, it really gives a city vibe. Like everything around it is like there's this little bridge, like there's tons of buildings. You can't really see what's behind it. It's pretty big in general. There's multiple floors to it. There's the underground section. It really feels like a big city, which is the first actual city in this game that made me feel like that. Sumeru City, I love that, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad, but Court of Fontaine above everything else. Honestly, I think in gaming in general, this might be my second favorite city. The first one being, if you play Tower of Fantasy, you might know that. It's the Miroria, which is phenomenal. I love futuristic, and they really smashed that out of the park. But yeah, I think it is my second favorite.
I see.
Cities, not areas.
This warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Just cities in all of gaming, but not areas. If we count areas, I'm gonna have to go to Final Fantasy 14. And there's quite a few on my top list right there. Number 1, Ultima Thule. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Let's begin. Phantom Weasel? What is this? Warning letter? I feel like it's gonna be a Persona 5 reference all the time.
Again, the Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked
What?
his own death 10 years ago using a body double.
I'm sorry, what is
Now
that
that he's back,
Phantom
I'm sure
Weasel?
the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache.
It's probably a person, I'm
however this
assuming.
turns out in the
A
end,
title,
the one
maybe?
thing it won't be is boring.
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one.
A Phantom Weasel case, huh? Well, it's probably a person, I'm assuming. Surely it's a title, right?
Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence!
Are you about to be
Fancy
interviewed?
meeting you here.
I don't know anything about it, but I'm kind of curious.
Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
Warning letter, what is this? The calling cards that they sent out?
Yeah, this is the first time
Gonna
we're
steal
hearing
your
of this
heart.
one. Could you clue us in?
That reminds me, I gotta go back to Persona 5. I'm talking about Persona 5, but truthfully, I've only gone through the first and the second arc. Actually, I'm still going through the second one. So, I gotta come back to it, honestly.
Huh? Oh!
It's on the secondary
sorry.
channel, but I haven't streamed it in a long
this case
time.
is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it. Well, not to worry. You're in good hands.
I guess it was big
because
news
I'm
back then.
professional. The story goes like this. 10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine.
So, known only as the
only
Weasel.
as the Weasel. Nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities never managed to catch him.
I'm guessing before he stole something, let me guess. That's the warning letter. Before he actually stole.
Wow, cool! He sounds like one of those mysterious night burglars that you read about in novels.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our
Wait,
Weasel
like the
targeted
actual
whatever
Phantom
people
Thieves?
held dear, and no one was safe from his predations.
Oh. I see. So, it's like Phantom Thieves in Persona 5, but they're actually evil. And they don't have good intentions. Got it. Alright.
He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday.
What? Ah, that doesn't sound very lucrative, I suppose.
I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor, but this guy did not discriminate. Unsurprisingly, this didn't work wonders for his public reputation. Every man and his dog wanted to see him behind bars.
Yeesh. So, did they catch him?
Not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still be at large to this day if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago.
Accident? This says something about body double. Didn't mean that. I mean, I'm assuming that's just a rumor, but does that mean that he died or something?
A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape performance.
Okay, I've heard this name before. I don't know who he is. And I haven't seen anything. I just got spoiled on the name, only the name. And I know it's probably related to LYNEY, because I saw a title on YouTube called Caesar and LYNEY cutscene. No idea who Caesar is, but that's the only thing I know from this quest, because I saw a title on YouTube. Didn't even see the image, so I have no idea what that's about, but...
When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all.
So after he died? In an
Sure
accident?
enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. But today, 10 years on, the notorious thief has once again issued one of his warning letters and pasted it on the gate of the Opera Epiclese for all to see.
So he's like the Phantom Thieves, literally.
I had to squeeze through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
What does the warning letter say?
So, this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote. 3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the opera house.
Says you did
Just
to me
as
10
you
years
did
ago?
To me 10 years ago.
The heck? That's ominous. The only thing I can see from here, I'm just joking by the way, don't take me seriously, is that I shall steal your heart in 3 days from now when evening falls. And your desires. If you know, you know.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance.
Didn't he die? Unless something happened back there, but why would he act only now?
What once seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again. But why has he reemerged now?
Yeah,
Because he wants
10 years,
This
like
sense
why?
of
Is it
epic
someone?
scoop, and I'm going for it.
I feel like it might be someone who's trying to pose as him and who has some experience maybe, and he's trying to kind of act like he is Caesar.
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value, does that mean even we might be targeted?
He might steal all your favorite snacks.
Really? Oh, let him try. In fact,
Hey!
I'm gonna eat
Oh
all his
no.
snacks right now.
We
Let's
shouldn't have
see what
said
you know
that.
about that.
Okay, the people have
It won't
spoken.
steal your
Clear
snacks,
that the
don't
public
worry.
are very concerned about the Phantom Weasel's reappearance. Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter.
LYNEY!
Notes. Yep,
He's playing
that should be
a
enough to form the
street
skeleton of my
magic
article.
trick.
It does feel like something is missing, though. Something exclusive.
For your article. Maybe, you know, LYNEY's magic tricks.
Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more
Huh?
concrete connection to the Weasel.
Do you know who that person
Is
is?
that who I think it is?
LYNEY, yes.
LYNEY!
And they're near his house, right? That's his house here, if I recall. At least it wasn't on a bridge. I don't know if it's this bridge, if there's more bridges, so, but it was around like one of these places.
Magic. Magician. Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview LYNEY! You see, the original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too. And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
I suspect they're connected because of the title I saw, but I mean, I'm not sure how they would be connected though.
Are you serious? What sort of a deduction is that?
I guess maybe LYNEY would be able to understand how he stole stuff and etc. if he saw it, but that's about it. I don't know what else.
Oh, relax. My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go. No time for delay.
Seems the magic trick also just finished, and yeah, I believe that is his house. I mean, the house of the Hearth. Sorry. Probably a branch, honestly. I suppose there's probably more House of the Hearts around. At least one in Snezhnaya, right? Because, I mean, that's where the Fatui are, so. Probably just a branch, I'm assuming. Probably.
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer, and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
He's just hiding how he did it.
Really? Then, what am I thinking now?
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to find a way to empty your mind, to think of nothing at all. But the more you try to hide a secret, the easier it'll come out. You snuck out from home today, didn't you? You told your family a little lie so you could come out and play. Now,
What was that
that's not a good
sound that he
habit.
did?
You can tell? Oh boy.
I don't think he can. He'd
He
probably
really
just guess it
can
from a
read my
bunch of
mind.
details.
Of course. Oh, and that's the end of my performance. You should really be heading home. Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
All right, got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Looks like he kind of admires magicians. Interesting. Hello there.
Hey, LYNEY?
Yeah, even Paimon doesn't trust him too much. You can see it's a bit of an awkward hello.
Why,
It's
hello.
fine, don't
We
worry,
meet again.
Paimon.
Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
It was just... He didn't want to reveal a secret. Also, didn't just say... kind of make the child sad by not answering, right?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
Yeah.
I'm sure that child would beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on his micro-expressions.
Yep. And what you would think.
That, plus the fact that he was the only kid here without his parents.
Oh.
And he looked as guilty as sin.
I see.
He made it easy for me.
That was why he deduced that.
You guys, on the other hand, let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
Yes, wait, do you know about it?
Wow, got it in one. Is this more of your trickery at work?
Wait, really? No trickery this time. It was pure luck. His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel. So, LYNEY, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
To be
Angry?
honest,
Wait, what do you
it makes
mean?
me angry.
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
Wait, I wonder if he did it on purpose then. It might be the case, right? Is he planning to intervene?
Huh. What are the chances?
I think it was on purpose. I don't think it's just chances. Like, isn't that a bit too much of a coincidence? But what does he plan to do? He
Wait
said he was a
minute,
magician
that
too.
After you, do you?
being a magician too, maybe he wants to steal the show, I guess. I'm not sure what else he would do, though.
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So
That's
once
also a
the
problem.
contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show. But I've been preparing for this for a long
That's
time.
an issue, then.
I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
So you've been worrying about it, I see.
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? Wow, this has exclusive written all
Exclusive
over it.
news.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest, LYNEY. I think your magic tricks are even more inscrutable than those of a thief.
Thanks for the compliment, though I have to say, I don't care much for the comparison. A lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the
Deceiving,
person
deception.
noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
Where'd they go? What the heck?
It's good!
That's the question. Where did it go?
I need this trick explained to me. I mean, we weren't looking, but Paimon and the Traveler were.
Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise
Wait,
in
how
there
did you
somewhere.
do that?
A surprise?
It's on the Traveler. What the heck? How did that happen?
It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, LYNEY, it seems
Woefully
that my previous
inadequate.
praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly, magic is the superior art form to theft.
Don't worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity to perhaps change some of the preconceived notions you might have about magicians. Since Caesar's death, a lot of people associate magicians with criminality. It can be quite frustrating.
I can imagine.
We could see that
going
back
to
on
your
the
trick
show,
just now,
back on the
let's
trial, I
assume
mean.
that you are well versed in floral symbolism.
Floral symbolism? Because back on the show, people were very much agreeing with Farina at the first even suspicion. Oh yeah, a murder carried under the impression of a magic show, and everyone started to believe in that, which is kind of like it never means necessarily under the cover. Sorry, maybe that distrust came from quite a while ago.
For example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters.
Oh, that's LYNEY's ascension material.
But you used a Lumidu spell.
That's
which, if I'm
LYNET's
not mistaken,
ascension
alludes
material.
to
I didn't know that was a
separations.
Lumidu spell.
I'm curious to know
I
if
only
there was
saw
any
the
deeper
other
meaning
appearance
behind
of
this
it.
choice?
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're
Oh.
such a successful journalist. But I'm
Ah.
afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism. I'm just in the habit of using Lumidu spells in my magic.
I see. So it's just something you used often.
It sounds like something I should look into, though. I'll buy myself a copy of Fontaine's Floral Language Facts when I have some time. But it'll have to wait until this Phantom Weasel business is behind us.
Well noted. In that case, this brings us to the end of our interview. I, for one, am looking forward to the final showdown between you and the thief. Please feel free to get in touch to update me on any further developments. Otherwise, I will of course see you at your show in 3 days' time. But let's hope the Phantom Weasel is caught by then. If there's nothing else, I'll be off.
So she'll
You've
show up
given
in
me
3
lots to work
days,
with
it
here, and
seems.
I've got no time to lose if I want to write that.
I wonder if we'll get to
exclusive
see LYNEY's
piece.
show.
I'll see you all later.
That would be really nice if at the end of the quest we also got to see LYNEY's show. Or maybe the quest will end before that, though I kind of hope that now we get up to the 3 days perspective.
LYNEY, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
So we get to see the show, maybe, hopefully. Yeah, also, are you gonna tell us that?
I'm afraid that's my little secret.
Because I don't think that is logical. Unless you had something else that you did.
Well, magicians are entitled to their secrets. But Paimon's really itching to know how it's done. You feel it too, right? So itchy.
Phantom Wizard will be able to handle it. Do you need
Not
help?
so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve
Alright.
as my temporary magician's assistants and help me investigate?
Magician's assistants? Oh, that's so
The distress is out the window,
Assistants are
Paimon.
technically
You're
magicians
excited now.
too. Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done. Shall we go for it?
Alright.
Excellent. Thank you for putting your trust in moi.
In moi. French.
The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was.
So
If
he
he
doesn't know
truly
Caesar.
was
I
the
thought they
Phantom
knew each
Weasel,
other for a second. He
that
doesn't
means
know
that
him.
the Weasel
Okay.
is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a copycat criminal.
Yeah, if he's dead, then must be someone trying to pose as him.
But if he wasn't the Weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. It would mean that the Weasel lives, and he's been laying low all this time in some corner of Fontaine.
In which case, maybe he killed Caesar so he can pose as the Phantom Thief and make kind of like before he went staying low. He made he maybe like he put stuff on his body on purpose before killing him, so he could think, oh, this was, so people would say, oh, this is the Phantom Weasel. It's caught, so he could lay low for 10 years. But why would he do that though? I don't know.
And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start.
She's still alive?
Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to wait for her there.
Alright.
We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
I'm super glad we get to see Lynette as well. I mean, it kind of makes sense. We're in LYNEY's quest, and they're practically nearly always together. But I'm really glad, nevertheless, we get to see Lynette. One of my favorite characters, not gonna lie. Gift of Parting. Interesting. It's the only difference between that and the Lumida spell is that it's usually closed, right? This is what it looks like. I guess the flower will open in certain conditions. Alright, let's go to the cemetery. Where is that? Oh, in Poisson. Oh, right, we've been there, right? At the end of the Archon Quest Act 2. We had been there. I really like Lynette's dash.
Over here.
Yeah, I got it a little latey, by the way. I do need to farm a lot of materials, though. You know, I don't have enough resin for now. I ran out of fragile resin recently. And LYNEY's at 70. Prioritizing Lynette, but I do want to level them both to 90. Lynette!
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Lynette. We're working as LYNEY's temporary
Yes.
assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
So I'll be assistants alongside you. Hello there, Mal. How are you doing?
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Miss just started.
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around.
Alright. This is Callus, right? No?
A lot of people here today,
Oh,
huh?
we're talking to her.
When did this cemetery get so popular?
Same thoughts here.
This was Callus' grave. We know that from the Archon quest.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance?
Sure I do?
Sure I do. What's this about?
We just want to find out more information.
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing.
Mm.
It's no secret
After
why
Caesar
either.
died?
She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself.
Maybe Caesar wasn't the Phantom Weasel.
I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
That's pain.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years. Wow. Their love must have been really strong.
What if Caesar was... That's what I was thinking. What if Caesar was just framed? And the Phantom Weasel put those items on him before he killed Caesar. So they would think that the Phantom Weasel is dealt with in that so-called accident, when truthfully he just wanted to go low for a while, though I don't know why it took him so long though.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure
The
Caesar must
solution?
be grateful to have someone who remembers him
Maybe,
fondly.
joking. I mean, not for him at least.
If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her.
Who knows? Was he? I feel like there may be some framing here. We'll see.
Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Ask around. Alright. Hold up. I saw an Hydroculus in there. We gotta go get it. I was just looking over there. I was like, wait a second. What is that blue thing? It's an Hydroculus. Alright. I think I saw it at level 3, I believe. Oh, yeah, I think we need 20 more, so it's still quite far away. Just need to climb up this ship. I wonder if this ship failed here on purpose, or if it was also part of Poisson. If it was just built this way, maybe. Because I mean, we had that fake ship inside, and this is kind of in the entrance, and there's kind of like the bridge is connecting to it. Maybe it was actually not really a shipwreck, but rather built on purpose, like the others. Who knows? Anyways, wait a second. Oh, that. Oh, that was a fail. No one saw that. Oh god. Alright, I guess we're climbing over. Oopsies. Reverse and killing couples. I don't remember any other couple that Waver's killed. I mean, there probably have been, but it's not a specific thing. I'm not sure why you're mentioning that. So I don't remember any out of the top of my head. So if there were that many, I don't think... Oh god. Nearly fell again. I don't think that I would remember. Like, if there were a lot, I think I'd remember at least one more. I guess we could count Signora and Rostam. I mean, Rostam's been dead for 500 years. Can you really count us killing couples? It's something completely different. Doesn't really matter if they were a couple or not, because, well, they haven't been since she left for the academia 500 years ago. So, all right, how do I want to go there? Probably through here. Oh god, I'm scared. This is not a very stable area. I can jump in a bit, but I don't want to jump yet, so then I don't know if I can get there. Alright. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? We were nearly there! I thought for sure I'd just be able to jump and collect it and go away, because I was scared of going through the edge. That's just pain. Please let me go through here. I do not want to climb all the way back from the bottom. Okay. We can go through here normally, right? A bit more to this side. I don't think it's stable on the other side. Try to stay in the middle of this so we don't slide off the area. Alright, maybe I should just walk normally. Surely I won't fall down, right? There we go. Okay, good. That took a while. Alright, we can go back to it. Oopsies. I meant to hold it. Never mind.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
Yep.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying
Unless
around nowadays.
he was
I can never
trained
tell
to be
what's
the Phantom
true and
Weasel.
what isn't. But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
That's my theory right now. Honestly, that's my theory. Maybe if he's really been staying low for 10 years, and if he's not just some copycat, then I guess it would make sense to frame Caesar for his death, so everyone would think he's dead, or Caesar or anyone actually. Maybe Caesar was just a victim, and because he was a famous magician, I think people would probably believe on his skills. So put the items on him before killing him in that quote-unquote accident. That way, he can be fine with just staying low and no one would even think about trying to find out where he is. But why would he stay low for 10 years? Like, that's the part that doesn't add up. Unless he has a motive, but we'll see.
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
So it's very likely that he was framed, right? I think that's a very possible outcome here.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words to that effect.
I guess because at that time he believed that. I think, a guy makes it sound like he actually thought he was a good person.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Anyways, it seems like it wasn't that bad. At least the appearance he gave. Unless he was hiding stuff, but maybe he was framed.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
You've come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street.
We know from LYNEY's quest that he also used to watch someone perform magic tricks. I wonder if that was Caesar or if it was someone else.
He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off.
Maybe LYNEY knows.
Really incredible stuff.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
Starting to think he's actually been framed.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later.
So that was kind of inverted on, the rumors, though. Who
As
knows?
I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the Weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be
Maybe
pleased.
the Weasel knew Caesar
If Caesar's
personally.
name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about
All
Caesar,
right.
she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong?
Yeah, she sounds extremely sad, but I think that's it.
Wait. It
Oh,
looks
wait,
like
what?
she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay.
Thought she was just sad. Okay, hold up. Oh, the bandages?
Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Seems if she really is injured right now and not just something that's recovering, then the fact that she's coming here, damn, that's dedication. She doesn't sound too happy though, for sure.
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid, we mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern. But you didn't answer my question.
She's very wary, which
Who are
makes
you?
sense.
And what do you want with
Because
me?
I doubt if people don't really like, Caesar, they might say things that she doesn't like, and she's probably been wary of people when she goes around here.
My name is LYNEY, and this is my sister Lynette.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused.
Yep, and I think you would want to know that, wouldn't you?
You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the weasel.
People are coming up with crazy rumors that he was a body double. I don't think that's possible. Unless he made like a biological clone of himself like the Doctor, but still, don't think that's the case. Maybe it was framed. I'm leaning more towards that.
Huh.
Either that or it's a
I
copycat.
suspected as
Theory
much.
number 2.
Okay, so
But I
going
think
back
theory
10
number
years,
1 is more
do you
accurate.
remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
No, not that I know of.
Huh, Lynette?
Got it. All right, sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
Did Lynette cut onto something?
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
Was she withholding some information?
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
Yeah, I thought she was very suspicious about something, Lynette here, though honestly, I did not catch up to it. Didn't really get the impression that she was lying. Thought she was just wary.
That's fair.
I don't think she
We're
trusts
just a
us.
bunch of strangers
but
who
I
showed
also
up and
don't
started
think she
questioning her
lied.
about
Maybe she
things that
did, who
happened a
knows?
whole decade ago.
Lynette probably knows
It makes
better.
sense that she'd be wary around us.
Yep.
In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
Alright. Wait till next morning. So, that's not gonna count. We're gonna have to skip a day. Sounds like this quest might be really interesting, honestly. Fontaine City over there. Lovely.
Is ready? Now it's time for a short rest.
Rendezvous with LYNEY. Alright, Fontaine City we go. To that cafe. Hotel de Board. Honestly, I love this city. It's amazing.
Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her.
Alright.
They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us.
Where should we start then?
So, we need a contingency plan. Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant.
Maybe he knows, if he knew him personally, then maybe we can find something there.
When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy to all his magic secrets, and he inherited his craft. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy.
Probably less famous than you,
He's
I'm
since
assuming.
left the magic scene, though, and these days,
Okay.
he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies.
A wealthy businessman. Well, that's just... Maybe we just have bad impressions of some of those people.
I had to pull a lot
Marcel.
of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me. Be warned, though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
Okay, I'm starting to get bad vibes about this. We'll see. I still think he's been framed, but maybe Lorenzo's a bit of a questionable guy. We'll see, we'll see. Let's not make assumptions before we even meet him. Imagine if Lorenzo was actually the Phantom Weasel.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
Yeah, honestly, this was just an idea that popped in my head, but I think maybe it's actually not so far-fetched. Imagine if Lorenzo was the actual Phantom Weasel, and he has been doing those tricks and stealing from people, and that's why he had access to the wish list, right? Because if he knew his master personally, and his master would bring those things to the magic tricks basically that people wanted. So he would do that, but Lorenzo, being his assistant, would also have access to that wish list, and he had a bit of a wicked I don't even know if you can call it personality or whatever, but point being, he had access to the wish list and would use that to steal what was dear to people. And because he was also very skilled with the art of deceit, because, you know, his master was also very deceitful. That's why he had access to that and was the Phantom Weasel. Later on, he wanted to get rid of his master for reasons unknown, and probably to go low, stay low for a bit. Maybe because he wanted, because they said that after that he inherited, he became a magician himself for a few years, right? So most likely, I'm assuming he stayed low to try out being a magician, and to also pretend get attention away from the Phantom Thief case, to give the impression that it was resolved and that he died in an accident, being his master. And then he kept going until now, for reasons I don't know yet. Maybe he decided to come back, and after creating a business and everything, and now he's a Phantom Weasel. Now, it might... Yeah, I thought it was far-fetched, but with his personality and the fact that he's a wealthy businessman who has buys in quite a few companies, which... I wonder, what does that mean? Is he a bit of a... Let's just say someone who doesn't really care too much about other people's businesses and is more caring about, you know, himself, selfish? Honestly, I think this might be a not so far-fetched theory. You'll see. Maybe I look dumb. Maybe at the end of the quest, Lorenzo will be revealed to be that, and that'll be kind of high. Alright, let's continue.
My apologies. These two are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it's no trouble, a couple of autographs would really make their day.
Let's go along. Yes, we want autographs.
Oh, forget the pleasantries. Just sit.
Wow, okay. A bit rude, is he?
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about LYNEY stroking his ego.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drinking.
Wow, okay, yeah, tell us about the Phantom Weasel. Or should we say, tell us about you?
Much obliged, sir. As it happens,
it's
the
about
matter I want
Caesar.
to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning something for the same evening that I'm scheduled to do a magic show there. As such, I believe that I may well be his target.
Lorenzo's target? Honestly, I'm gonna go along with this theory. I don't have evidence yet, but just because the fact that he probably had access to his wish list, that's why I'm gonna go with this. And also the fact that he's a bit rude.
I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally, any investigation into the Weasel starts with a few questions about Caesar.
It's gonna get interrupted.
What is there to investigate?
Oh, you don't want to get looked into. Okay, that is starting to get suspicious. What the heck?
Caesar was the Weasel, and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter? It changes nothing. Are you trying to tell me you actually bought it?
Okay, look, that is starting to get suspicious. The way you were his pupil. If anything, I would feel like you'd feel deceived and say and ask yourself, what the heck? Why did he do this? But no, he's actually saying, oh yeah, he's stayed in that for 10 years. Forget about it. Really? Huh? Honestly, yeah, this guy's suspicious as heck right now.
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
Possibility? It's a fact, LYNEY. Look, my patience
Oh,
is
you want to
limited,
say he's
so
just some
listen carefully while I'm
copycat.
still willing to put up with you. The Weasel is dead. Period.
Unless he was trained.
Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this
Okay, that's
investigation. It'll
suspicious.
lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
I doubt you will.
Oh, sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince
Wow.
words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you anyway?
It's getting defensive? Okay.
Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets. And in any case, dead men don't talk. So if you really care about your magician's
Is that a
pride,
threat?
then you'll forget about Caesar and move on.
Okay, he's getting very defensive. Even for someone with a bit of a temper, that's way too far. What the heck?
Uh-oh. This is getting awkward.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you!
Who's this?
I know that big...
Is he drunk? Of course he's
booming
drunk.
voice anywhere.
100%. Look at that.
What's up, my man?
I'm gonna grab a drink with...
Wanna grab a drink with me?
Yeah, he's drunk, alright.
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on. You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
Sounds like you're the only one deteriorating your health.
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey!
Business pals, huh?
Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times.
He's really drunk. He couldn't even pronounce his own name for a while until he managed. A little
This
bit of a
is
pause
your
there.
first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend.
Damn.
Despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway, point is, a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still
Oh,
into,
damn.
from what I hear.
There's some juicy drama.
Shut up and get out of my face.
Damn,
Another
you're getting
word out of
extra
you and you can
defensive,
forget about
huh?
doing business with me ever
What was
again.
that girl? Joking.
Do I make myself clear?
Damn.
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right, I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
He's mad.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, LYNEY, be my guest.
Made a move? Be my guest? Okay, that's suspicious. I think he's the guy.
But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Wow, that's a threat, alright. Nah, 99% at least. Initially, my theory was just an idea based off the fact that in 1, he knew Caesar, 2, he had access to the wish list, but damn, what the heck? I mean, he probably had it. I'm assuming, knowing his secrets, he would probably share the wish list as well. Damn, like, now, after seeing his personality and maybe he's always like that, but that's unlikely. How defensive he got, and this little, a bit of a threat. You could call this a threat. Out of that, yeah, I think he's the Phantom Weasel, and he's framed Caesar. Now I'm very suspicious of that guy.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular
Something strange about,
fashion.
yeah, 100%.
Any thought?
Totally. And what was all that about compensating you for your losses? Why would someone you just met make an offer like that?
He's trying. He was getting defensive,
He's gotta
very
be
much.
hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little suspicious, but this guy's definitely covering something up.
I think so too. We need to look into Lorenzo more closely. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we can catch up with him.
Yeah, we should be able to catch up to him with that. Try to ask him about if he knows anything about his connection to Caesar 10 years ago. We'll see.
You okay there?
Who are you?
Completely forgot. Seems you were drunk. Fair.
Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I just need to ride it out. I say way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete financial
Seems
ruin.
you did.
Note to self, no more drunken chats when Lorenzo's around.
So he was serious about threatening to cut you off? Ugh, Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey,
But do you know something more about him?
Keep your voice down. Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions.
Ah.
Or make an enemy out of him.
Okay, yeah, that nearly confirms it. What does it do? What do you know? What bad things are?
What kind of bad things?
Yeah, that's my question.
Don't even ask. I'm sorry.
Wait, you know it?
I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short.
Again?
I'm not crossing that line again.
So you do know something.
And take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. You saw him flare up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but
Clearly touched a
clearly
nerve.
it touched a nerve.
Okay, so he got defensive. It's even if he's a bit of a bad temper, it's not usually all this way, huh? So he did get defensive there.
That's not a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head.
Yeah, that guy's not innocent. That's a fact.
And there he goes. What do we do now, Lenny?
Shh. I think we're being watched.
Wait, that person.
Someone was listening in to our whole conversation.
Look at the back. Kind of looks like Navia's thing, but it's not Lampia's. It's just the outfit. But I think he has a bit of like a more smooth hair as well as a hat, right? If I recall. Point being, it's the person who's watching.
Don't
us.
say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
All right, get out of the city and lure out the people tailing you. If he hasn't noticed that we're being followed, that's probably Lorenzo. We'll send him to follow us here. Then we should be able to lure him out. Won't be able to do anything if we're not out. If you're out into the open. Said I'm not crossing the line again. Yeah. Maybe he actually did something that kind of made Lorenzo mess up in whatever ways, or he watched someone, but having been done those bad things. But fact is, he knows something. But I don't think we'll be able to get information from him.
You followed us a long way.
Yeah.
Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
Oh, they brought a squad.
You're LYNEY. And where's your
Smooth-faced
sister?
Pacino.
Is she with you today?
Oh, does that matter? Why are you following Lynette?
Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Why do you want Lynette? I thought you were just following us because of Lorenzo. Are these guys someone else?
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister. Who sent you, huh?
What the heck?
Save your questions,
Painter
Missy.
De Niro.
You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Look, we can beat you up if you want. Better to resolve this peacefully, no?
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me
You're
up.
on my team, so you better be strong. I'm joking.
Don't worry, we got this.
Oh, you got a trial. A level 90 trial at that. Interesting. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, I don't know why he has no blessed Lodge. So they throw daggers.
Step right up.
Now he got 3 stacks. Let me get 4 stacks. Wait, don't attack yet. Let me do the final blow. 28,000. Nice.
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Yeah, you're on fire. Literally.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the lady.
Like it did on the lady? What the heck do you mean? She's a vision wielder as well. What?
Come on, let's scram.
Huh?
Hey, wise guys, we ain't through with you yet.
Wait. Gemma?
Oh, they got away.
Why were they after Lynette?
Did you catch what they said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else. Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And they've already done it to someone else, but...
If it wasn't a vision wielder, probably Gemma, right?
You're right. She was injured
Oh.
when we saw her yesterday and she acted like she had something to hide. Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because those guys had threatened her.
Why were they after Lynette now after being after her? So they're
Well,
not connected
if
to
that's the
Lorenzo,
case,
most likely.
She should be more willing to open up to us when she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore. Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
Huh. Unless they have a connection with Lorenzo, but maybe they were following Gemma instead already. So that's why they went after us. The knowledge that we were quite literally a second ago talking to Lorenzo. We'll see. Or they could be unrelated. Someone else knew us before and that on a bad, yeah. He definitely been through an experience with Lorenzo though, for sure. I love this city. Oh, there's a cafe. I've been here before. There's like some quests, world quests that end up here. Lynette and Gemma are talking. Is that why they were after Lynette just now? Because she was with Gemma? But they don't seem to know where she was, so... Because they asked LYNEY for that. Yeah, that's being awkward.
Gemma?
Don't worry about it.
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine, so you can relax now. We're here to protect you.
What? Why? I didn't
It's
tell
pretty
you
obvious.
anything. Why would they come after you?
Oh, is that why you didn't tell us anything? Because they said they would come after whoever she told stuff and she didn't want others to get harmed as well?
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
That's putting it mildly.
Huh?
I know them all too well. And I
Wait,
hate
have you known them
with
for a
every
while?
fiber of my being.
Now I'm curious.
It's been 10 long years. And still, every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do
Okay.
anything stupid.
Now that I've already realized what the heck this is. These are Lorenzo's goons for sure, and he's been sending them to Gemma because Caesar probably. I mean, Lorenzo probably knew that Gemma would look after Caesar's death and try to find the truth if he was accused like that, and they didn't want that, of course, because otherwise, yeah, his quote unquote going low might end up falling off. So he had to make sure she wouldn't find out. So he sent those goons, huh?
How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom
Yes.
of it all? And why are you doing this?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity. Because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word. Trust me.
Okay. How can I help you?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look at them. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Sonde.
Oh,
But
back then.
the place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since.
I mean, we know people still live there.
I also know that the Fleuve Sonde is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around. If you're serious about going there,
Interesting.
please be careful.
Understood. Lynette, you stay here and take care of Gemma. Don't let her come to harm.
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I love her personality.
I mean, bon appetit. But
Bon
stay
appetit.
sharp, too. They're likely to come for you while I'm away.
Okay. All right. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now.
From what I heard, she just likes to talk like this. She's just a normal human, but she likes to talk in this way. Not sure why, but honestly, really interesting.
Looks like no more free coffee for me.
Let's go over here. Wait, was it this one?
I can see my processing.
No.
Happy birth. Perhaps you could reconsider this. I tend to have difficulties operating any kind of machine.
Where was it?
If you explain a magic trick, then the allure of the performance
This
is
as
lost.
well. But...
Animals can also express their feeling, making tea look simple on the
Okay, I'm
surface.
not sure if I even unlocked it because I did look at Lynette's voice lines on a video The ones I haven't unlocked included. So maybe it was something I haven't unlocked, but pretty sure it's just a way of talking and stuff. But I could be wrong, but so I don't remember exactly how it went, but yeah. Alright, we can go take this waypoint out here on the ground. So that's perfect. Wait. Oh, I thought for a second I thought there was a teleport waypoint, but no, they do show up the blue icons on the layers if the location is indeed there. The blue icon, the 2 layer thingies. Oopsies. But I guess we might as well take this. Hold up. I've actually not explored this place too much. Maybe there's chests around here, but speak of the devil. Honestly, I should just dive here, right? I can't dive here. Okay. Interesting. Honestly, I love Fontaine. The region was so well made. Wait, where are we going? We're going the opposite direction. Alright, let's go back to the waypoint. Thought we were going in the right one, but nope. Like, honestly, this was done so well. This entire city as well. It just feels huge. Like, as a city, as can't speak, as a city should be. It's just amazing in that regard. Honestly, I'm exploring this stuff way faster than I did for Sumeru. Like, Sumeru's, I mean, the later regions, I haven't explored them that much because I've took breaks, quite a lot of breaks during late 3.x, but the current ones, I did all this, but this was in like a good 3 or 4 patches, like when I focused on it. And Fontaine, I believe it's smaller from what I heard, but we are already here. And I know there's underground cities. I only took a glimpse. I did not go down there. Around here, I think there was one around here. I marked it down because I wanted to do it later. As well as another one. I forgot where it was. Was it around here? I'm not sure. There was another one. I want to do those on stream, so I might do it on another stream. I don't know when. Just whenever I feel like it, but in the coming days for sure. Where I'm gonna explore those specific bits that I've been saving for the stream. But outside of that, just exploring, and it's been amazing. We're supposed to be. Oh, he was here. Okay.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's shift them away first.
Is he gonna be the main?
There we go. It should be just down here.
Yeah, it's a domain, isn't it? Yep. Alright. We can get LYNEY trial, right? With that being the case, I'm not gonna go with LYNEY. Gonna bring someone else along. Let's see who. Who do I bring though? Is there anyone who might synergize well with Lynette, I suppose? But I mean, it's just Animal, not really. Not sure actually. I guess I could go with Rhythm, but I just do the, I don't want to use the old. Cause I don't know who else to bring. Could bring Juggly for sure. If there were more Fontaine characters, like let's say we had Freminette here, I would probably bring him, but I don't have him. Alright.
Stay close.
I'm gonna just bring her for the E so I can get Infinite Electro. And then I can just pair that with Animal at least. Yeah, we do get LYNEY trial, which is way better than mine. Still the same stuff? Yep. It's C0, right? Oh, it's C3. Wow, okay.
There is no escape.
That's one big workshop. Can I go through here? Nope. Clockwork stuff.
So this was Caesar's workshop.
Quite advanced.
Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of
I wonder if
device.
there could be some of Lorenzo's traps here. Maybe Lorenzo changed his workshop a bit. Who knows? I still think Caesar was framed by Lorenzo, for sure. 100%. Okay, we have to do something here.
Yeah.
I see. Oh wait, is that part of his constellation? Did it just summon 2 of them? Oh, that's interesting. And it also gives you 2 stacks. Well, that's crazy. What the heck? C1 LYNEY is actually pretty good then, right? Wait, no, it only gave me 3 now. Is there a cooldown? It's probably a cooldown, right? 15 seconds, I see. Still pretty good though.
Bombs away! Tidal wave. Step right up. Ah!
Illusion shattered.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Keep pressing the wrong
Now
button because
disappear.
I'm not used to pressing 5 with trials.
Look, the doll in the box is glowing.
They're flying away. Well, I'm probably just gonna move around. I think it's just to hit them.
There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's
Huh?
take a closer look.
Wish list. Ah. Like a little dove, I want a robot with cool powers. Also need to take good care of it. What a fluffy toy dove for you this time. If you're ready to own a pet, I'll make a real dove appear for you next time, Caesar. He doesn't sound like he's a bad person, yeah. I want a bucket of fried chicken that never runs out. That's impossible. Like a new bag. There's no such thing as a fried chicken that never runs out. Just as there's no such thing as a children who never grow up. Also, eating too much fried food is bad for you. Make sure to pair it with something else, like a salad, right? So it just sounds like a really nice guy, honestly. Hello there, Titia. Hope you're doing well. How are you doing? Honestly, yeah, he was definitely framed.
There is no escape. Over here.
Start, okay.
Shine down.
Sort of mechanism.
These magic boxes are moving.
The one of them's glowing.
What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Oh, wait, are we supposed to follow it? Oh god, I don't know where it is anymore. That one? I think we got the right one? Maybe? Did we? We probably did? Yeah, I think we have to hit the right one. Yeah, that's the one. Honestly, really interesting though. We have to make sure to memorize where it is and follow the right one. The one that's glowing. Huh. Looks like one of those clockwork, kind of like music box toys. A bedroom? There were curtains there. Clearly, this place has been
That's
abandoned for a
weird.
long while, though.
Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted
Or
trip.
there's a secret room. I think that's very likely, isn't it?
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery.
Unless it was on purpose.
We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe
There are
a
the
hidden room
bookshelves
somewhere.
Okay, that'd be way too typical, but maybe.
Aha! If I just move
Yeah,
this book,
the typical hidden
hopefully-
bookshelf door. Yep.
A secret passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside.
There's a
Let's
chest.
head in and take a look around.
Don't mind me stealing Caesar's belongings. Well, Lorenzo doesn't deserve them probably anyways.
There's no escape. Step on up.
Alright, we got some combat here.
No time to lose.
Ouch.
Here comes the finale.
Alright. Let's go. Really cool design there.
Illusion shattered. Surprise! Let the magic begin!
Strong character, I meant
right
to bring out LYNEY. Alright. What is that?
Why
Kind
did you
of-
stop, LYNEY? Is there some device in that box?
Kind of like the magic box. Looks like it.
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone
Alright.
makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right, see you in a bit.
Oh, we actually lose a trial loop. Yeah, it looks like a box that someone can sit in. Like the magic box. 40 meters. Okay, how do we get there? Probably through here. Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, without stepping on the same one twice. Okay. Probably have to start through here. Oh. Wait, out then. Huh. I mean, we probably have to go through here first, though, right? Wait. How do I do this afterwards? Ouch. Oh, wait. I think I have an idea. Wait, we already failed, though. Yeah, we already failed. I know how. I know what to do. Can I go now? No, not yet. Oh, I gotta restart it. Got it. Go here. Do not move to the other one. Now stay on this one. Yep, like this. Let that move to the other side. Yep, that's perfect. Figured it out. Just like that. Done. I really like Fontaine puzzles. They're pretty simple. Because my small brain can't take some of the like the Inazuma puzzles and stuff. This is easy. I like it. Like, this still makes you think, but not to the point where small brains like me can't figure it out in less than 5 minutes. Because I am a very small brain. How are you? I'm well, thank you.
Wow, there's a hidden room here.
Quite enjoying Fontaine. Honestly, my favorite region so far.
Oh, this bookcase is full of Caesar's own notes. He wrote a lot about the principles of magic. Whew. Much too advanced for Paimon.
Have you been enjoying Fontaine as well?
Is that Caesar's diary on the table?
Pretty cool room. There's balloons as well. He used to give balloons to children. That's probably related. Will there be any clues about Lorenzo, though? Because I think he's a real Phantom Weasel, honestly. Pretty sure of that.
This book's thick as a brick. Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
Lots of pages. Oh, about Lorenzo's issues. I already know that's the one that's gonna have the information, but let's go in order. About the wish list.
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked me how I pulled candy out of my hat. As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today a whole bunch of kids were pestering me to pull all sorts of things out of the hat. So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can write your wishes
So that's how the
down.
wish list came to be. It's how you prepare those.
They took me up on that offer, enthusiastically.
That's how you came up with the wish list.
I've only just got back from running around all over town, buying the things they wanted. Boy, are my legs sore.
So it was very friendly to them.
I wound up saving.
Yeah, he
very
was
little this
innocent. It
month.
was Lorenzo for
But
sure.
That's not a major issue.
He was probably framed.
I now have a bigger problem. How am I going to hide all these things inside my hat?
Saving very little this month. But he still did it because he liked just interacting with people. As long as he could survive, he would prefer to make people happy.
2 children came to talk to me after today's
Two
show.
children is I know
don't know
I'm
why
starting
they
to
were
think
out
what
on
it
their
is.
own. They looked much too young to be unsupervised. I do hope they got home safely.
I think I know who this person is. I have a feeling that Caesar was the magician that LYNEY and LYNET used to watch. I think that might very well be the case. Maybe that's also why they believe that he's not really the Phantom Weasel. I'm pretty sure these 2 children will be LYNEY and LYNET. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was quite a few 10 years ago, right? So it probably, I don't know what their age is actually, but I mean they're probably like what, 20 something, 20 few, 22, 21, I don't know. So it would probably be around the time they would probably be out on the streets.
Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. It's not uncommon for children to ask this, of course.
As serious about it as
I've
they
never
do
seen
us
any
to
of them
survive.
as serious about it as these 2. I told them that learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. It's like they already knew. They seemed so committed. I couldn't turn them down.
LYNEY and LYNET. Lorenzo's ditches. Okay, this is gonna be where it gets even more suspicious. I'm pretty sure Lorenzo's already the way he acted so defensive, and the fact that he was the only one who could have access to the wish list that, according to rumors, were the quote-unquote used by the Phantom Weasel to actually steal rather than to make those wishes come true. But that was probably Lorenzo. He was the only one, because of being close to Caesar, that could have probably had access to the wish list.
It seems like
Plus he got
something's
very
bothering
defensive and he
Lorenzo
doesn't sound
lately.
very mentally stable.
He won't open up to me about it. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those 2 children. I'll have to talk him around.
Wait, could he have an actual grudge against LYNEY and LYNET?
I have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new to the world of magic.
No, because they've been observing you for a while, from what we know, if we were talking about LYNEY and LYNET.
They have all sorts of fantastic ideas. All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan. They wanted to call me Master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here.
Aww.
Compared to them, I don't deserve to
Sounds
be
like a
called
really
any
nice
sort
guy.
of master. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age.
Because they became orphans
I fear
very
they've
young.
had to grow up too fast.
Yeah.
I don't dare to imagine what they must have been through.
Yep. Then I think LYNEY and LYNET probably knew about Caesar, right? They probably remember if that was the guy. Are they then just hiding the fact that...
Gemma
Unless they're
thinks
talking
so
about 2 other
too.
people.
She doesn't like being around them.
Wait, she knows them?
Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed.
Huh. Farewell?
It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I asked the 2 kids if they'd like to come with me, but they shook their head. I once overheard them talking about their father and their mission.
Yeah, that's LYNEY and LYNET,
Sounds
100%
like their
now.
parents have other plans for them.
LYNET.
I guess
I mean,
we'll be
sorry,
parting
Arlecchino.
ways soon.
So Arlecchino will probably have a mission of sorts for them, which means they have actually been acting according to the house. They're not just there until now. They have been doing stuff even 10 years ago. Interesting. What has the House of Hearth been up to 10 years ago, I wonder?
It's only been 10 days since I first met them. but I think that I've gotten
Oh.
a feel for their personalities now.
Wait, 10 days. So this was probably... Wait. I'm so confused now. But 10 days was... They'd probably just already been taken by Alchino then, right? So was it a different magician that taught them? And Caesar was just someone who taught them even more? Wait, maybe Caesar didn't teach them? I'm guessing it'll probably be answered, but... They started being taught way before they ever met Arlecchino. That was before the noble took them in. Interesting. So this is probably a different magician then, I'm assuming?
They're very tough, but also
For a second
very
I thought it was
cautious.
the magician
And they
that initially
trust no
taught
one
them.
but each other. This, I fear, is not a good habit to have.
Yeah, this was after they were taken in by Arlecchino. So this was not the one that they originally learned by observing. Unless that was it, but way back then, and Caesar didn't notice because he said they met him 10 days ago. Interesting. But yeah, we know why they were untrustful of others because of everything that happened to them.
They hide things from me too. For example, when I asked them where they live and why they wanted to learn magic, they lied. That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover something up,
always shows somehow.
It always shows somehow. I can sense that their lives have been hard. Possibly even dangerous, too. They're not like other children. It's a shame that I can't do more to help them.
The traveler surely probably has noticed who he's talking about after hearing about quote-unquote father and mission.
After thinking things over, I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods.
Find our own truth.
And that is why we must find our own truth. P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated nowadays. Will it do them more harm than good for someone they've only known 10 days to lecture them like that? P.P.S. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Children aren't interested in grand philosophies. It probably just went in one ear and out the other.
But I guess
bet
they
they've
probably
already
remembered
forgotten every word I said. Oh, Caesar, Caesar. Just mind your own business next time.
To the ways of magic earlier. Yeah, either they were observing him before, or it was a different magician. But this was after they were taken in by Arlecchino. I noticed that when they said father and mission, and also when they said it was only 10 days. Which means, in 10 days, they didn't have enough time to learn from him, then be taken in by the noble, then have that whole situation with a questionable guy that wanted to take in Lynette, and then have be taken in by Arlecchino. In 10 days, that probably wouldn't have happened. So I'm assuming this was after Arlecchino took them in, and after they returned to probably were with House of Hearth. They were already distrustful of people, which means they were already betrayed by the quote-unquote noble. So that had already happened once.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh?
Yeah, sounds familiar, huh?
Sounds a lot like he was writing about LYNEY and Lynette, don't you think? So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go ask LYNEY!
Think they did. That's probably why LYNEY wants to investigate this, because he also doubts that Caesar did something like this. So he wants to get to the truth. Though he hasn't told us anything about it. Either because he didn't think it was needed, or maybe because he... I don't know anymore. But it's not the first time he's hidden information, but maybe because it wasn't needed, I suppose.
LYNEY?
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Okay. Lorenzo? You been up to something?
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed.
Wait, are we gonna... Is this place gonna blow up or something?
First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a
it's a
short
magic
while
trick.
later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of the The Arlecchino trailer, the one, forgot the name, overture teaser.
Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon
Wait,
can really
what does this have to do
picture
with
it.
this now?
And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion.
Is this to say that Caesar is alive? I doubt it. I think it was Lorenzo, right?
Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking.
Huh?
The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy.
Are you sure it was just an accident?
He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since.
Are you sure
My
that's it?
understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it.
So is it during a magic show at the Opera Class that he died?
Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle.
Alright.
From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this
So they'll probably
point,
escape
the
from one of the
magician
points?
presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trap door onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of
We're talking
course.
about doing reaction.
The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous
Why are we
performing.
telling us this?
Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape.
Wait, so is he alive or what?
Many days and nights of careful research
It
and
didn't
painstaking
succeed though, right?
practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But
So is that how he died?
Even he didn't
Are you
manage to
sure he
pull it off.
wasn't intentionally killed by Lorenzo? Maybe Lorenzo meddled with the machine so it didn't work as properly?
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make
Was
a pretty
tempered
good
with?
guess. I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And, sure enough, he always used his right hand as his dominant hand in public.
They probably
Okay.
knows that.
Nothing suspicious there.
Yeah, was it
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in
Left
this
hand.
workshop
So it
have the
wasn't him that
mechanism on
made
the
it.
left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed.
I don't think so. Maybe Lorenzo is left-handed, right? And he's the one who made most of these machines, maybe?
Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will, so as to avoid arousing their suspicion. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask. And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left.
Exploited that fact against him?
Exactly. I think that's likely what happened.
So it would be someone who knew him very well, like Lorenzo.
Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape.
Did he change the
But
machine?
I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through.
So that's how the accident happened. It's probably because they tampered with the machine.
So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his
it
left
wasn't
hand, he
there,
reached
and
for
there
the
wasn't
button,
enough time
and
afterwards.
suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there.
Because the machine had probably been tampered with. And that was not enough time to click
Much
on the
like
other
when
one.
you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on.
That moment was enough.
Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way.
Yep, there wasn't much time left then.
With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious and conclude that his death was due to his own error.
Probably with all the items that he put on him. Lorenzo. That'll probably be enough.
But in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him.
Yep. There's a whole bunch of, honestly, kind of funny how both in the Arkham quest and the story quest just had a whole bunch of murder mystery.
But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off, no?
Clearly, it had to be done before that, and it had to be someone who had access to it, Lorenzo.
It would have to have been someone who knew
Yeah.
that he was left-handed, and who could move his props around without arousing suspicion.
Yeah, Lorenzo.
Someone who was always by his
Honestly,
side.
the moment he got very defensive, I was like, yeah, no. First of all, I already got suspicious of him the moment I saw him, because, like, wait a second. Only one person could have had access to the wish list. But the moment he got defensive when talking to LYNEY, I was like, yeah, no, that's the guy. It's not even a just random ID anymore. Yeah, he's sus as heck.
Isn't that right, Lorenzo?
Knew it. I called it. Ever since we saw him, called it.
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who
can't beat
died
us,
10
though.
years ago. I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the hard way just creates more problems for me to deal with.
You really think you can silence him? Damn, you're confident, huh? The confidence is not gonna get you anything.
But I gave you your chance.
Even if you brought
I
this
hope
squad.
you do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but you disappoint me.
You mean Gemma?
Yep.
So you are the one who's been threatening
I mean,
her.
look at the guns next to him.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, you never even knew him, but for some reason you just wouldn't drop it.
Does he not recognize LYNEY? That's the thing, though.
Which is why you can't leave this
He
place
probably would recognize
alive.
LYNEY, no? Or did he grow
Take
up
them
that
out
much that he can't
and make it
recognize him
quick.
anymore? 10 years ago. I mean, it was probably a kid, but still.
Do your
I thought he'd
worst.
recognize LYNEY. Interesting. You know that's not gonna go well for you.
Surprise! Shine down!
And voila!
You Rob Mechas with you.
There is no escape! Over here!
Tidal wave, brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Water jet.
Let's get this show on the road!
Alright. Damn, got knocked down by a cart. Not running away this time.
You kids are tougher than you look.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? Your cronies can't help you now.
Yeah, they're down.
I think it's high time you started talking. And what I'd really like to know is, Why did you murder Caesar?
Yeah, that's the question, though. I mean, we know he's probably the Phantom Weasel, but still, why would he go that far and even murder his own master?
If I had a Mora for every time you said that man's name. Of course you idolized Caesar, everyone else did. But I was the real genius magician. Me?
Huh?
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me!
Aristocrats. Okay, I'm getting more suspicious of this guy. So, I mean, clearly you cared a lot for the children, but he knew about magic, right? Didn't he teach you? I guess maybe you eventually surpassed him, but point being, that's no reason to do that. The aristocrats.
So it was jealousy.
I think it might have been, yeah. Because he was just treated as an assistant.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. I hated Caesar. All he cared about was his magic. He lived and breathed it. He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby to him. Never
because he
bothering
enjoyed
to
it.
think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it?
Because he cared more about just enjoying magic and making people happy than that.
But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?"
So it was both hatred and jealousy.
Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had.
So you killed him? Why didn't you just leave? Yeah, good question. Why didn't you just leave?
He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was nothing he hated more than that.
Because that's called stealing.
And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me.
Wow, so you got rid of him.
I had to kill him. There was no other way. He had to go.
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Wow.
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Wait, was that true, though?
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear already, honestly.
I am.
Yep.
Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way. That the sole purpose of magic was to bring joy to the world.
It's a good belief.
I never bought into any of that. I was more interested in the practical value of magic. Sure enough, it helped me fill my pockets with all kinds of valuable treasures.
Stole from all of them, everyone.
Oh, yeah!
Why did he steal from all of them?
That the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much it was worth.
Yeah, why was it everything? Even things that wouldn't be worth a lot of more.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second-rate loot? I've only ever targeted high-value items.
Wait, what about the other items then?
I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft. It was other people's overactive imaginations that conjured up the preposterous image
so it was just to practice.
The Phantom Weasel.
Wow, you really didn't care for people at all.
So that's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again during your trial.
Yep.
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves, and you've got me between your jaws. You've seen what's here, and my last-ditch effort to
he's
stop
giving up
getting out has
already.
failed. What else can I do? So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years, the likes of which Caesar could never give me. I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards, Traveler, Paimon. Keep an eye on Lorenzo
Alright.
for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop
We
when I'm
got
back.
questions for you later, but that can wait.
At least I can finally stop looking over my shoulder now.
LYNEY has told me the whole story.
Yep.
Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
So there's no need for trial. You're going away already. Good.
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because there'll be hell to pay.
Just take him to prison. There's no need to intimidate him further.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, LYNEY? Should we start preparing for your
I
show?
got a question for you about... You knew him, right?
Think.
And Caesar.
Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma will no longer have to fear for her safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her some peace of mind for sure.
Alright, let's go back to the cafe, probably? That's where they were, right? Yeah. I think we can just go to this waypoint here. Then down there. I love Fontaine City. I know I've said this several times, but still, gotta say it again. Holy heck. So well done.
Surprise! Ah, you're back.
You're back. The nonchalant tone there.
You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Third? Damn. That's quite a few, but I suppose it was quite fast as well.
Your third?
Holy
Lynette,
heck.
come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off
Exercise
the
mode.
excess sugar.
That's besides the
I love her
point.
personality.
Well, it's done now. But try to eat a more balanced diet in the future.
Point taken.
You can tell from his face. He's not too happy with that.
Did everything go okay?
Of course. Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I still didn't know if I could trust you.
You're
but
fine now.
Now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo.
He was a phantom
but
weasel, yo.
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you. Paimon would find it hard to trust strangers in your position too, but you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yep.
Sorry. Sorry. My emotions are all over the place right now.
Anyone would be like
I've
this.
been waiting for this day to come for so long.
10 years and you couldn't do anything about it because your life and other people's lives were at risk.
I always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious. But I had people watching me all the time.
Yeah, that was
so I
an
couldn't
issue.
risk looking into it.
Now you're free.
I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me. And then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I never had the courage to speak out. Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
I'm assuming other people will actually come to the memorial.
Thank you all
Now that
for
everyone
clearing
knows the
Caesar's
truth.
name.
That was good.
I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, looked like they got along great.
Seems to was hiding a whole bunch of hatred.
Ugh, and to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty. At least his soul can finally rest in peace now, thanks to your efforts.
If only I'd realized before it was too late.
Poor Gemma, though. 10 years still. Holy heck.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma. This isn't your fault.
Yeah,
You still have the rest of your life to live. Caesar wouldn't want to see you spending it feeling guilty.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like to come along? It might raise your spirits. This show will be a special one. We're holding it in Caesar's honor.
In Caesar's honor? Really? Oh, thank you. I'll be there.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon.
So we get to watch it as well. Perfect. Hopefully we get the story as well. Because they knew Caesar, right? That's pretty much confirmed. There's no way there will be 2 other children. That would be very specific. The way they talked about Arlecchino as well.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free magic show. Wait, Paimon feels like we're forgetting something.
Yeah, about asking LYNEY and Lynette about that.
Yeah, Caesar's diary. We never found out if the 2 kids Caesar taught magic to were LYNEY and Lynette or not. LYNEY changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well, guess we'll just have to ask LYNEY tomorrow evening.
Maybe we'll reveal it during the show. Who knows? I'd not be surprised. Since it's also in Caesar's honor, maybe you would want to say a few words about Caesar and how Caesar may have helped him. Or maybe we'll just have to ask him in private. We'll see. Wait, where? Oh, we gotta wait, right? Until 6 p.m., right? Next evening. Does that count? If we do this, we'll see. If not, we'll just skip another day. I think we might have to skip another day. Yep, okay. The next evening being also the next day. Alright. The truest thing. Pretty cool that we get to watch Magic Show again. Wait a second, where did this come from? Oh, might have been the well. Okay, we can probably do a few pulls after that if we end the stream. Actually, we could do them right now. I don't think, yeah, we're not gonna get anything more. Alright, before we go into Opera Epic class, we got 2 pulls. Hopefully I can get a Lynette on the LYNEY banner. We'll see. That would be kind of nice. Can we get an extra pull here? Constellation of a character already have? No? Okay. Yeah, that's a new weapon. That's not even enough. Star Glitter. Alright, Lynette. Hopefully. I'm gonna stop on the next 4-star. I'm getting really unlucky with the 4 stars. I got LYNEY, so I did win the 50-50. I've done like 30-40 pulls since then. And I've only gotten 2 Barbaras. There was the Bennett earlier, but that was before I got LYNEY. There were like 4 or 5 weapons. I've been getting super unlucky and only 1 Lynette, which is really unfortunate. Because I want to try to get her to C6 during Fontaine. I only ever had C1. But I'm going to have to stop on the next 4-star because I don't want to go too deep into pity. Like, building pity, yeah, that's not a thing. If I get a 4-star, a 5-star at 40, a LYNEY C1, I would not, or a lost 50-50, I would not mind. But if, because, you know, LYNEY C1 seems to be good too. But if I got a 5-star at like 60 pity, I would be annoyed because I am trying to get either Lunvillette or Farina. So yeah, after the next 4-star or 5-star, we stop. Doesn't matter what we get, but hopefully it's a Lynette. If not, oh well. Hopefully she gets a rate up or we just get lucky with off rates. But I really want to try to get her to C6. Which is why I at least wanted to try to get C2 this banner, but sounds unlikely. Anyways, let's go watch the Magic Show. I know there's a cutscene, so probably gonna happen now. Or is it when we talk to him? I'm not sure. Do we have time to talk to him? Sounds like the Magic Show's already beginning. Maybe I'll reveal it during the Magic Show. I don't know. I'll probably get to talk to him after though, right? So maybe after? Unless he's gonna have a speech. Anyways, let's save that theory for later. Who's that? Oh, it's just Charlotte. Hello there.
Here I am, as we agreed. I wonder what kind of show LYNEY has prepared for us this time. Oh, the anticipation. It's killing me.
Alright, it's not been made most... Actually, it has been made public, right? At least for the other people.
Oh, and how could I forget?
Yep.
Thank you
So
both
it has
for
been made
capturing
public.
Lorenzo. Now that this decade-long case of the Phantom Weasel has finally been put to rest, I'm going to go through my notes and put it all together into the most spectacular special column piece to ever grace the pages of the Steenbird.
Alright. Is there anyone else around? Doesn't sound like it. Hydro Archon, are you there? Oh, they're over there. Oh, is that LYNEY? Why is she doing there? Just wanna see if the Hydro Archon is there. At least not yet. People are still probably arriving. I'm guessing that's why LYNEY is sitting over there. But while LYNEY's already gonna start preparing and stuff. Yep, everyone's arriving now. Alright.
I was excited to see another of LYNEY's magic shows!
Yeah, why is LYNEY here?
LYNEY, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Are you just here while LYNEY prepares?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today.
Oh.
So I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's ready because the show is about to begin.
I wonder if the Hydro Archon is watching. It'd be really nice to get like a little cameo of just her watching.
The great magician LYNEY has
She might. It's a very big possibility, honestly.
Concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
All for the drama and entertainment. Brand new finale. I don't know if it's actually gonna tell the story.
Wow! A new trick!
I thought we were gonna have to ask him, but with him maybe even being alone? We'll see.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a
All
journey
right.
through the mystical and miraculous.
How's the items with this skill? Yeah, probably not gonna see anything.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just...
Aww.
It reminds me of him.
I'm assuming Caesar did teach him. So there would be some similarities.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic. What trick did he do?
It was with a flower.
Aww.
He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head. I was so happy that day. No one had ever given me a flower before that.
Oh, that's so cute! Actually, now that
Similar
you
trick.
mention it, LYNEY's done that one before.
Probably learned it from Caesar.
Is that right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him. After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
It's just depressing, but it's the truth.
That's right. It's all over now. Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least, no one's gonna be intimidating you from now on. You can breathe easy at last, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, you can breathe easy now. Phantom Weasel.
Huh?
See? Even LYNEY says...
Wait, yeah. I was like, huh? What do you mean?
The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
Are you joking or?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
What?
As LYNEY once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience.
Wait, are you saying the Phantom Weasel was never caught and he was her all along? What the heck? This doesn't make any sense.
But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show.
Or were they like
The spotlight
accomplices?
is no
What?
place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act?
What?
I think it's time to put an end to it.
I'm so confused. How did Lynette see? I mean, she was with her for a while, but still, what the heck?
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like
Did she
this
act?
little-
Was she actually along with Lorenzo all this time?
Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say
Wait,
something.
I don't think Lynette would say this out of nowhere as a joke. Maybe it is true. What?
Ladies and
I'm still
gentlemen,
confused, but we'll
I
see.
hope you're all enjoying the performance so far.
Is that why LYNEY is going solo? Because Lynette wanted to sit next to her?
There will now be a brief intermission, after which LYNEY will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's
Intermission?
show. The one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House.
Outside?
So please make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they?
Outside. Oh, okay. If she really is guilty as well, I don't know why, but I guess we'll see. Then that's a punishment, huh?
Don't worry. This place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
What the heck do you mean, though? It doesn't make any sense, unless there's just been a bunch of lies so far. Ask about the truth. So, I'm guessing that... How? I'm so confused. Was not expecting this. I thought she was innocent. Is she is accomplice? But how? What?
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan. Now, who wants to hear a story?
Alright.
Don't we have more important things to address
I
right
hope this story tells how what has she done.
Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story
Okay.
I'm about to tell might answer a few of them.
Really? Well then, let's hear it. Paimon's dying of curiosity here.
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was
Terrorizing the Court of
terrorizing the Court of
Fontaine.
Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving
What was
hands.
Lorenzo's situation then? I'm confused. Let's do it working together. I mean, that's the only way I see it. I was not... I mean, I knew Lorenzo was sus. Like, I called her. Like, the moment I saw him, I was like, yeah, this guy... He's definitely the one who did it. But was it she who killed her? Was Lorenzo just helping? I have so many questions.
But
Alright,
as
let's
her
see this.
infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was.
I'm assuming that's why she wanted to lay low. But how did it ever come to this? Also, nice mask reference.
Of course,
Phantom thief.
she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found
False
her
weasel?
ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf.
Which would be, well, her husband at the time. What
After
the
weighing
heck?
her options, she set her sights on a
She's
renowned
so that was
magician,
before.
Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So she never even loved him? It was all just a plan? What the heck? She sounded so convincing as well. That act that she put on then.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the
What
weasel
about
easily earned
Lorenzo?
Caesar's trust. Now all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind.
Oh,
Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all.
wait. So she didn't really do the act, but she convinced Lorenzo to do it?
At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box,
Oh.
causing him to fall to his death.
And then she put on an act, though she wasn't sad at all, huh? And now Lorenzo was truthfully at watching her, but because he had no idea what she had planned this through. So Lorenzo was actually wary of her in case she would look into the truth, though she never planned on, because, you know, the truth kind of convinced her. It was a good thing for her. She really put on an act to even go to her grave every week. What the heck? She really wanted to lay low then. Holy.
Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. 2 co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
Wow.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers.
Yeah, it's you, it seems.
It's enough to make
I'll
even
believe
me
them.
wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, LYNEY? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his
I thought that was a
confession,
bit too straight,
as
yeah.
if there was something else he was trying to hide.
That was kind of fun. I know he tried to run once, but after that he just said, okay, yeah, I'm the culprit, which was kind of odd. That was way too easy.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience.
Her tone
to
is
get the
getting a bit
result
more
they
aggressive,
want.
though. I think she
And
really
I have
did do
no
it.
doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence.
It's a bit too much. Well, she had to keep on an act, even for Lorenzo. Because as far as I know, she only deceived Lorenzo. Lorenzo had no idea. He had some suspicions, probably. Actually, maybe he did know. Because they'd say that he might have been trying to hide something, but still. She probably just wanted to make sure she was safe, though I'm not sure why she did that yet. Why was she trying to hide for 10 years and now all of a sudden she decided to show up?
Caesar was maligned and
Why
hated
only
by
now?
all for 10 years.
That's the
but
real
you,
question.
Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole
Wait,
intimidation
what?
thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it?
So when they said about intimidating her, that was on purpose.
But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of
Yeah, why?
himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe
you
Gemma
know,
herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, LYNEY, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious.
She is getting a bit more of a aggressive and straightforward tone, huh?
Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
Is that everything?
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting,
Wow.
I'd be much obliged.
She admitted, though.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real Weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Because she was the one who stole all that stuff.
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we? If I had to guess, I would say that the real Weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten.
So what, she just hated society?
She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly ragdolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. Until the world decided that even this was too good for her. Once again, she was betrayed. And this time, everything was taken from her.
The heck?
She felt like life was a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by.
If this really is a story, you know what story is similar to this? LYNEY and Lynette's. Yet look at where LYNEY and Lynette are now. Because they saw different in the world and they just tried to survive initially. They didn't go what her path went, though I'm still not sure of the details. Let's keep going.
This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles. I detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike.
So that was a real reason why she stole everything. She didn't really care whether it was. Wow. It wasn't the way to practice.
I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true. And it will fill the void in my soul.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
Now it all makes sense.
So Lorenzo didn't do a lot of these things he admitted to doing. Only a few of them.
Does this story satisfy you, LYNEY?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
Warning letter. Yeah, what was your plan?
Right. What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying
After
to
10
achieve
years
there?
as well, like why?
Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
She didn't write the letter.
Huh? Was Lorenzo?
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace.
Wait, could it be Charlotte?
LYNEY.
Oh.
Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that letter outside the Opera House. But why?
Did they figure something out and he wanted the truth to come to light? So that makes sense. That's why she wasn't intending. She was still intending on laying low. She had no interest on going back to where she was.
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever.
What was your plan, LYNEY? Go on.
Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name.
As you're doing now, yeah?
The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most
So
dear,
to me 10 years.
just as you did to me 10 years ago.
Because Caesar did teach you, isn't it?
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's
Gemma doesn't
death?
even remember.
You met him? Wait.
Now she recognizes
I
them.
get it.
It's been 10 years,
You
huh?
were those two obnoxious kids.
Hey, don't call them obnoxious.
It's been
Don't
so
you dare.
long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why?
Because it changed him a lot
Because
for
you
the
feel
better.
like you still owe him something?
We remember all our debts, however great
There
or
we go.
small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore. But we did not forget. And so we came to find you.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything.
He can put you on
I'm
trial.
free.
Free? Do you really think so?
Was someone else here watching?
Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehoods, we must find our own truth. I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams,
Irreplaceable
and
people.
irreplaceable people.
Uh-huh.
Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole?
Is that why? Yeah, because she stopped for 10 years and she did not intend on getting back.
Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master.
Why did she stop
played
stealing?
along with
That's
your
another
act,
question.
And took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain from all that? He knew who you were and the
there are
things
still
you've
many
done, and
polls
despite
here,
that,
so hopefully we get the
he was
answer
willing
here.
to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know, deep down, that he is the only truth you have in your life. But that truth is gone now, and I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Now it's getting to her.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still
Otherwise,
got a
you
long
could just
life
admit
ahead
and go
of
to
you, after
prison.
all.
But I doubt she'll do that.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing LYNEY to perform his final act in tonight's show. I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well,
A death-defying high-altitude
the answer
escape.
is a death-defying high-altitude escape.
That's the thing Caesar wanted to do, but never managed because of Lorenzo's tampering with the machine.
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his
LYNEY
fatal
better be
fall,
alright, right?
After which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel
But that's
has
not the,
now
are they gonna
confessed to
reveal
their
her
crime.
to the public? Probably not, right?
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous.
Let's see how she ends up being emotionally then.
Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
You better be okay.
LYNEY, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book? Or are you still the same as ever?
I'd say he still hides a lot, but not on purpose. He does trust people more now.
You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
Similar paths on the beginning, but completely different paths that they took.
So, what are we, doing now?
Like LYNEY said, when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see LYNEY after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
Alright, well...
Not sure what that is, we'll see.
Go and watch LYNEY's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
I mean, he won't die in a story quest.
Magicians
Right?
are not like thieves. Thieves only tear things apart. But good-hearted magicians,
Things back together.
they put things back together.
What is my truth? Sometimes I think I'm like a gambling addict. All I care about is winning. And it doesn't matter what's at... By the time I come to my senses, I'm left with nothing. Oh, if I had my time again.
This year, because she only realized how much she had lost now after hearing about Lorenzo, when LYNEY mentioned it specifically. We'll see how that goes. Did I hear gambling addict? Oh, I don't have pretty much him. I was about to do a poll. Never mind.
Step on us.
Alright, let's go through this. He won't die, that's fine. He'd only die in an Archon quest, and no. I mean, hopefully not. Where's the box? Is it really high? Okay, it really is high. Holy heck.
Magic should be mysterious,
it's a cutscene.
surprising,
Alright.
and defy logic. Magic is hard work.
That's when he was a
Every
kid.
single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to
Lynette.
that.
Aw, young Lynette. It's adorable.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay.
Because they didn't trust
Do
him
you
fully.
still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods.
Look at
I only
Lynette
hope
still just
that one
wagging.
day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have
There's
you
the
found
box.
your truth?
Magic is my truth.
So that's what
I
he looked
want
like.
to
Honestly, it
perform a
looks pretty
magic
cool.
trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
That's when he died.
Behold!
So now you have
Liney is
LYNEY
sealed
here.
inside the box. Will he manage to escape?
Now he'll succeed where
10
Caesar
years
failed.
ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
You'll be fine, right?
Watch out!
But it's just a puppet, right?
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic defying. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
This honor belongs to you,
Aww.
Caesar.
What a cutscene.
I'm just sorry it's a little late.
10 years, yeah.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
Because it wasn't him. It was a puppet.
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front
It's
of my
gonna
eyes.
appear like behind us or something.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician LYNEY has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the
She's
paper
already
tomorrow,
thinking about the
even if I do
news.
say so myself.
Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale.
That was an amazing cutscene. The music was on point as well. They don't know the full story.
Doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt.
Oh, right.
But,
The cemetery, maybe?
where is that?
Because he's probably already left the building. I'm assuming. Or just jumped down from another way. Because he left from the behind of the box, most likely.
Oh, you mean the one where Caesar's buried? Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic show kind of seemed like Linny's way of saying
Yep,
goodbye to
in honor of Caesar.
So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward. All right, let's go look for him there.
It's a bit unfortunate then that aside from LYNEY and Lynette were the only people who actually cared for Caesar after all this long. And Gemma was just using him. That's just sad.
Linny! There you are. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly
He's fine.
wrong.
That wasn't him.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance.
So I did change it a bit.
The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments. Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop.
She and Lynette.
You learned magic from Caesar once.
They
didn't
said
you?
they learned by observing, actually, before. I think they used the word observing. So I wonder if even before Arlecchino took them in, back when they were just gone onto the streets, if where they learned magic was from observing Caesar and later on actually learned from him directly after they were with Arlecchino.
After I joined the House of the Hearth, to be honest, Lynette
Oh.
and I had an agenda when we approached
So it was
him.
something different. An agenda? Is it related to the House of the Hearth?
I told you about my past before, remember?
Yep.
As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done.
A personal agenda, right? So probably you might have already watched him even before approaching him then.
But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far.
So that's why you wanted to talk
What
to him
I saw
first.
was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me.
So that's why you wanted to approach him directly. So you had already observed him.
I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props.
That explains
We
it.
were gifted
the timeline
enough
of
that
him.
we'd made some progress by ourselves. But without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes, we figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us.
Yeah, nothing related to us, just their own, because they wanted to learn from him.
In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast,
You probably
we hid
regret
so
that.
many things from him. For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved.
I didn't even think about that, because initially they were doing it to survive, and maybe they enjoyed it a bit, but after such a traumatic situation, that probably hit them really hard, because if you know that you're good at something, maybe you even enjoy doing something, who knows? I know he was doing it to survive, but who knows? Maybe he even enjoyed it. I think he probably did, honestly, even if he was just to survive. But when you have an experience like that, when that talent that you love doing is just completely used by someone that was just really bad intentions with you and even tries to hurt your sister, like, I can't even imagine how that must feel. Hence, it was no longer about me doing what I loved. Hopefully he does enjoy it now, I'm assuming.
What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth.
Just out of instinct.
Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
Hopefully he knows better now.
Still worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go.
So he doesn't even trust us of the Hearth fully. Good to know. So he does make his own decisions. He's only going along with it now because he also does want to help the people of Fontaine.
After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel.
Oh. So he wasn't there when that happened.
That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less
It was
let
already
people
hard
in.
to talk.
Then, one day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. but I guess that's the price we have to pay. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
That's why you were confident also when that you didn't need to put Gemma under arrest, because you already knew like how much she would suffer from that alone. Probably realize what she's done.
Yeah, cheer up, Linny. We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey too. But whatever happens, Paimon always believes in what tomorrow brings.
I will say, even though we've technically just met them this batch, and I mean, I already knew I was probably gonna like them because they were in Travail, but even just talking like purely story-wise, they might already be some of the LYNEY and LYNET, two of my favorite story-wise characters in Genshin. Not Honkai. Honkai has pretty much Honkai and Honkai Gakuen, pretty much, and Final Fantasy 14, pretty much have like my top 20. I would say my favorite Genshin character is like at top 15 or 10. I don't know where it was. I made like a top 20 list. I also had a top 50, but that's outdated. And my favorite character is Dainsleif in Genshin, not Honkai. Just Genshin in general. But LYNEY and LYNET might honestly getting really close to the top. Their story is just really amazing. Kind of sad too.
Delicious food, fun toys, and the traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Truth.
Exactly. It's the same for me and LYNET. We are the truest thing each other has in the
They really
world,
care
and
for
nothing
each
can
other,
replace
yeah.
that. Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other.
That's good.
That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me, and why it never will.
And why it consumed Gemma.
Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through.
It's also just a difference of perspective.
Alright, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight? Were you happy with it?
It was
Heck yes.
amazing!
That was a great
wishes
cutscene
we
as well.
hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. We spent most of our time in the opera house just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show. Lenny, could you do just one more trick for us?
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lenny Paimon knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Oh, alright then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You gonna do the trick again?
You liar!
Wait, you don't.
There's nothing in your hand. We ain't going along with this.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me.
Does he have one in his
try
pocket?
this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared
What the
somewhere
heck?
else.
It's on the Traveler.
Really? Let's see.
Is that a rainbow flower? Because they were kind of like this purple pinkish.
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different
Rainbow
flower
rose.
from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose. But more importantly, Paimon has to know how the trick is done. Please, Lenny, pretty please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Fine. Please, teacher, please!
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
Force Paimon to call him teacher, and then he goes with that.
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
That's how I learned though, by observing initially.
Shall we head back now too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Linny and Caesar will be plastered all over it. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
Imagine if you could actually get like a journal so you could get it in game and collect it as a book. That would be cool. Doubt they'll do that though. But yeah. Delightful encounter. So, oh wait, they actually hold up. Wait. Oh, wait a second. You actually do get to read. I thought the quest was just gonna finish. Hold up. It actually doesn't. Okay, I think it was 8 AM, right? Interesting. I thought it was just gonna finish there. The interview. Why interview? Oh, we're just going to check the journals there. Newspaper. Whatever you want to call it. Let's go down here. Wait, what's that? Charlotte
I'm very
and
sorry,
oh,
Charlotte,
LYNEY and
but
Lynette.
my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, it's this again. I remember in the voice lines, because I've seen videos about LYNEY and Lynette's voice lines, that Charlotte had tried to get LYNEY an interview before, but he always found an excuse to refuse.
Oh, please, LYNEY, I'll only take a moment of your time, if you would be so kind.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning, but just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
Oh, so she really did feel a lot of remorse for it after losing Lorenzo. The only person she actually cared about as a friend.
That was quick.
That was part of Lynette's plan and LYNEY's.
Too late, bro.
Oh, because he said that was quick. Like we knew about it. I don't think we were meant to say that.
That was quick, you say?
Oh,
It sounds
no.
like I've got some catching up
Oh,
to do.
no.
Please, fill me in.
Oopsies. Oh, that was Paimon's fault, not me.
Whoops. Aha! My instincts did
Oh,
not lead me
no.
astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself
Oh,
in must
no.
have something to do with LYNEY's performance last night.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar.
See, so he is
and she
answering,
could no
okay.
longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Better time? No, it was Lorenzo. It wasn't that. He's hiding it.
Okay, then. Wait, no. There must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her
Yeah,
10
Charlotte
whole
realized
years?
that wasn't the truth.
Well...
We're going to have to distract her somehow. Yep.
Oh, I remember now. You and Gemma were
Oh,
nowhere
no.
to be found after the show. What happened between you?
Oh, no, she's catching on to it.
Quickfire question. Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and LYNEY did a private magic trick just for us.
Yep.
Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? LYNEY started using rainbow roses in his trick.
Okay, you said too much, Paimon. You said too much, Paimon. You should have just stayed at the magic trick. It was just some random flower.
What?
You said too much.
I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself.
Oh, that was about Lynette,
Is this
huh?
supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
That was about Lynette. I thought that was about letting Charlotte know that. Huh. That's the second time Lynette said something like this. That was first time was back in on the boat. I really like their interactions.
No, I just...
What now?
Second time,
Oh,
huh?
did Paimon say something wrong again? This is getting pretty awkward.
Just stop talking, Paimon.
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. There's always next time. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away.
You'll probably do it again
The
next
news
time,
about
huh?
Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all.
Very motivated.
Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time.
I wonder if that's
Clearly
how
a web
she
of
turned herself
complicated
in.
relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious.
She probably wanted to see him one last time because he was in prison. So that was the why she confessed there. Because she really had no reason to live after losing Lorenzo, it seems.
All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Said too much, Paimon.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
Don't worry, I wasn't angry.
Oh, I was just trying
I
to
was just trying to
distract
distract her.
her. Interesting. So that was part of the plan, huh?
Oh, really?
I thought you meant it for real.
Goodness, you scared Paimon there.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job.
I wonder
right?
if Charlotte was like, wait a second, this seems to be a bit of a personal situation. Maybe I should actually leave and try again next time.
Please, take
Seems
good
it
care of
worked.
that rainbow rose.
Oh, thank you. I
I'd
will.
be really upset if you lost it.
All right, I'll keep it. You get it as an item, like a story item. That's cool. And that's the end of it. Okay, that was a nice ending there. Didn't get to read the newspaper. Don't think you can, but let me check out the surroundings around here. But you do get, where's the item? It's over here. That's pretty cool. Delightful encounter. Where would I even go? Bulletin board? Doubt it. Organizes 36th Symposium. All are invited to participate. Study a law of Fontaine. Current state of budget overruns on Maison Guardian managed the guards and the connection to provision of public safety quarter fund. Okay, not really related. Artifacts? No? Okay.
Surprise!
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Alright, I think that's all though. Oh, we don't get any stuff from story here. Alright, that was a pretty nice quest. I was gonna say something. I do want to stream at some point in the next few days. I'm not sure when it'll be though, so while I was gonna say something, maybe I shouldn't, because it could end up being changed, but I'll schedule 1 hour before in advance. I can't say what I do want to stream though. First of all, I do want to unlock trials and, not trials, what am I talking about? My mind was in FF14 for some reason. I do want to unlock, hopefully before tomorrow. In which case, if I don't stream today, I'm streaming tomorrow.
Newspaper should be a lighthouse of truth.
I don't want to say anything about it because I don't know when I'm going to stream, and I do want to just stream when I feel like it is one. So, I mean, first of all, there's already the story streams. We've got one on 21st, 22nd for Syrian event, but for this one, I do want to do, what are they called? Because I'm forgetting. So we're gonna unlock this soon. I do need more reputation, so I'm gonna be farming this off stream. We just need to find a single world quest, and I mean, surely there should be one without entering those ruins, which I'm gonna talk in a bit. Say more story. Wait, where have I heard that name before? Oh, I've already done it. Okay. So just gotta find one quest to complete, hopefully today. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna stream today or tomorrow. But then we unlock this, so I want to do on the next stream. Either we want to do requests, bounties. So I want to see how they are in Fontaine. And see, I mean, they're probably the same as Sumeru. They wouldn't go back, right? I mean, I think even in Azuma had that. But I do want to see, like, what kind of enemies are we going to face? Just going to be mechas? Is it going to be different enemies? Because each of the level 3 bounties in different regions usually have, like, 2 or 3 of the same enemies that you fight without too much difference. So you can have a pretty good impression for the first week already of what we're going to be facing weekly as well as requests. So that's one thing. And another thing is, while I've explored most of the underwater, and I don't mean this, I mean over here, there's a lot of underground, like, actual ruins, like, look like cities nearly. I took a glimpse from outside, but I didn't enter them. In fact, there's even one quest, which I'm not going to finish on stream, but I'm probably going to start it on stream, which is about a little oceanid. That's what eventually led to that kind of like a ruined city, I believe. The waypoint is actually around here. But that's as far as I went. Then I turned back. I do want to explore these ruins on stream. So that's also going to be on the same stream that we're going to do bounties and requests. So there's one here. I believe I could be completely wrong, but I think there was one around here, if I'm not mistaken. And there was another one, though. Honestly, I've forgotten where it was. I think there was another one somewhere closer to the right side of the map. I completely forgot where it was, though. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm misremembering. There's only 2 like big underwater ruins. So I'll be saving those for the next stream as well. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't want to announce it in case either one, I can't find the quest. If I can't find the quest, it's not going to be able to be this week, by the way. I mean, there should be surely one quest, right? Even if I have to look online. But yeah, most likely today or tomorrow. Can't give any dates. Most likely tomorrow, but could be today. So can't confirm anything. But yeah, that's all though. Pretty nice quest. Honestly, it made me like LYNEY and Lynette even more. That was an awesome cutscene as well. But yeah, gonna leave it